there we go. Trident Align. What does it say? What's included? So we've got what's included on there. Can the camera focus? Right, so we've got what looks like the tool to be able to mark the ball with. We've got a Sharpie, which is spot on. Often run out of Sharpies, or actually don't have a black Sharpie. You have every other colour but black, I think. We've got the ball marker itself. And then I'm not too sure what that is yet. And then a nice little bag to go with it. And then on the other side, which is very interesting, is the TridentAlign.com, which you can see, but it also says permitted under the rules of golf for tournament play, which I didn't quite know until then, because I would have seen this as potentially something that may actually help you more than perhaps it should. Don't know. Anyway, right. Opening of the box. Blah, 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 blah. Again, I have not opened this yet. As you've just seen, I'm still opening it myself. So, right, that's the box. Oh, nice bag. Nice bag. Look at that. It's all velvety and lovely. Ooh. Right, so that's the bag. Oh, hello. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's falling apart in the box. Well, not apart, sorry. That makes it sound terrible. It's basically come out of his little holder, that's all. Right. And the little disc itself has come out. Right, so let's put that back in. I've obviously not treated this as well as I should have done. Right, so if you can see, that's how it comes in the box. So there, you got your marker, you got your little tool that goes onto the ball. Oh, I like that. That's like a hair clip. See my wife using this as a hair clip. Do me bun. Yeah. And it's logoed as well, which makes it even more. How many Instagram golfers are you going to see with this in their hair? Anyway, right, back on point. This is the ball marker, which I quite like the fact that it's got the clip, because normally it's just a thing that you sit on it, and it's such a fumble. With this, you could literally clip it in, which I'll show you in a bit, but it's not going to move, which is perfect. Very easy to do, but actually allows you to do it properly. Very, very easy to do, but a great idea that probably no one's actually thought of yet. So yeah, that goes in there. I'm actually going to keep this in the box. It's actually quite a smart little box. Again, the marker, Sharpie, whatever you want to call it. Got the Trident Align marker on it. Now this is the bit that is going to be the thing that changes my putting. This little thing here. So let's just put the box down a minute. So what we're going to do, as you can see, look, let's move my fat fingers out of the way. Right, so this thing here, this what looks like a devil's fork or something that Ariel's dad uses in The Little Mermaid. Essentially, this is going to be half of what you need to align your ball with on the green. So essentially, the ball will sit in this little circle here as you're laying it on the floor. Again, I'll show you this actually in practice on the green just after I explained it to you. But yeah, the ball will sit in there, and then essentially for a left to right break, you're going to be looking at aiming it to the left, obviously. So all you do is you simply slide it round to the left as far as you think the break's going to go, in terms of making sure that this straight line here is essentially the line that you want your ball to start on. So the marker itself isn't going to move. However, the line and the two other lines, alignment tools, are going to actually move with it. So what happens then is that when you've got the golf ball marked up, you then got it sat there, and on the golf ball it has a very similar marking to what's on this fork here. And essentially, when the lines match up to the golf ball, it will create a box. Now, if the lines don't match, that box doesn't happen. So, excuse me, when that box is aligned, you know that you've got your putter and, well, you've set it on the line that you want to set it on, and you've got your ball set up on that line, you can then slide this away and you know that your ball is exactly where you want to aim it. Obviously with this, it can go as far left as that and as far right as that, or the other way around, because this will be the other way around, but you know what I mean. So that essentially gives you a huge arc. It's not very often that you have to set a ball that far out, unless you're playing Augusta week in, week out. That is going to do you for many, many putts. That is a wide range of motion, because that's your starting point, don't forget. That's not sort of where the hole is. So to be starting your putt at nearly a 30-degree angle, 20-degree angle away from the hole, if you've got a 15-foot putt, that's going to be at least a yard left or right of the hole on a 15-foot putt. And in 10 years of putting, I don't think I've ever had to do that, unless I was putting over slopes and stuff that I really shouldn't have been in the first place. So yeah, so that's that little tool there. Right, what I'll do, I'll stick that back in the box, so it's quite nice and snug in there actually. So then you've got your, God, it's stuck, man. Right, there we go. You've got your little P2, because this essentially is going to go alongside. Oh look, it makes me smile. Yeah, easily distracted. Like, there must be more wrong with me than what I've got actually on my medical statement right now. So yeah, there you got the P2. Oh, camera focus, go on, get it. No, oh, there we go, the P2 logo. So P2 grips, which I'm sure you're all fully aware of by now. These guys have worked with these Trident Align. This is their new product. So Trident Align are a separate company to P2, but they all marry up in terms of it's the same people involved in helping you and helping me more effectively get better at putting. I mean, that's the kit. So again, I'll show you the ball when it's marked up in a minute. That's the ball marker with the Sharpie, and then the alignment tool like we've just gone through, and then the ball marker itself to help you with other things as well. So that's the box. That's the tools that are needed. Again, it does come with a nice little bag actually. Oh, it's kind of tempting to use the bag. We'll wait and see on that one, I think. But that is essentially Trident Align. And now I'm going to show you exactly how that goes into practice. And first, I'll show you how this little tool works in terms of marking the golf ball and marrying it up with the alignment tool on there. Let's have a look. Right, so then I've got my trusty TaylorMade TP5. It's a bit dirty because it's been used for my chipping practice, and marked with my usual markings of my initials. So I'm running out of these actually, TaylorMade. If you don't mind sending me a few more, that'd be great, thank you. So yeah, right, back into the box. Open the box, move the bag out of the way. Right, let's get this alignment out and the Sharpie. Right, so like I said earlier, this little hair clip movement is so good. Right, so find obviously the blank part of the golf ball, ideally, and you're going to try and, sorry, I'm forgetting you're there. Try and find the blank part of the golf ball, so there's no like TP5 line or whatever line, Pro V, AD 333, whatever you're using. Get it to marry up, and what we're going to do is we're going to clip it in so that the blank part actually sits, as you can see, over the golf ball. The blank part is in the gap where I can then draw the line without anything interfering. So it's simply clipped in. I now can use this with one finger, don't even have to worry about it disappearing. The old things that used to just sit on and you used to have to, oh god, it was a headache. So this is brilliant, I like this. And if you hadn't noticed, it's also got a little clip which keeps your pen involved. Love that, literally. And this is the sign of a good product, I think, and something that is gonna be massive because they thought of the little things. a good product always has those little things that just make it that much better. And I mean, the clip idea is perfect. That's like A-star already. But then to go and think, right, this guy's going to have a pen, and pens just get lost in golfers' golf bags all the time. To have that, and then to stick the pen in it as well, and have something on the clip that essentially will go in the bag or in the box, to have that and the clip, it's never going to disappear. And obviously with that, Sharpies, oh God, I love the smell of Sharpie, are all the same size. So it's never ever going to matter what pen you've got, because essentially it'll always fit in there. Such a great product, and it's so simple. Right, so yeah, blank part of the golf ball in the gaps. Right, so we've got the T shape with the alignment, which creates a square. All I'm going to do now is literally just colour it in on the lines. Obviously I'm colouring in the lines, not outside the lines, and creating what essentially will be my other half of the box. Right, done. Watch this. Ooh, it can't go anywhere. Haha, done. Right, and again, this is another good thing. Once you've done it, you're never going to get Sharpie all over your fingers, because you literally just clip it out. Look at that. There's no fumbling around at all. Right, so there. That is the shape that's then created on the golf ball. Nice solid black line that creates that T motion. And then you've got the little box at the end of it that is then going to marry up, wherever I put it, to your alignment aid. So then, as I said earlier, this is the thing that sits behind the golf ball. So the ball is sat on the green. You come in and mark it. Sits in there nice and neat. What will happen is, essentially, it's more difficult to do floating in midair, trust me. But when you're on the green, it will make perfect sense, right? So let's set that dead straight. Essentially, what you can see happen is when you address that ball then, and you look down on it from above, that is what you'll see. So obviously you want to align it, the ball, to make that square. There we go. Oh God, it's difficult up here. Right, there you go. So you've got, oh God, you've got the square and the lines all match up. There we go. Take a screenshot now. There we go. So that aligns, and then you've got your golf ball exactly where you want to have it, which for many golfers, and me included, to actually have your ball aiming where you think you're meant to be aiming it, it's so much more difficult when you're actually stood above the ball. Actually having your alignment so that it's aligned for your eyes when you're above the golf ball is so good. Like it. At the moment, I currently align the golf ball using the TP5 bit on the end, and I line it up and I sit behind it and I think, yeah, right, left, yeah, twidge a bit, and then stand above it, and I get above it, and probably 40% of the time I go, well, that's not where I think it was going, and then I go back down, and then I have a look again, and I think, no, that actually looks all right, just get on with it, you mug. And yeah, it's like to have this set up so that it then sits and creates that square. There's never going to be, oh God, there is never going to be an argument as to whether or not that is aligned or not, because I've set this up, this square bit at the bottom here, on here, to exactly where I see it from behind the ball. So that is the behind the ball marking, which I have essentially been doing for many years. But to then have this so that I can see from above the ball that I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, because obviously you can still leave that down and check that it's aligned and make sure that it's fine and dandy. Then when you go above the ball, you've still got the nice black line, because that is essentially what you'll see. Big black line, the square. You know that's what you'll see when you go and putt the ball. So you know your black line there has got to marry up to your alignment line on your putter, whatever you've got on your putter that helps you align your golf ball and align your putter to where your face should be aiming. that line is going to be crucial. So to know that that square is married up to that square to create a full square, there you go, like that, you know your ball is exactly where it's lined up. It's brilliant. And for practicing as well, like even if this wasn't allowed in tournament play, which by the box I'm led to believe you are allowed in tournament play, which is bizarre but yeah, awesome. Like, it's so good. So then guys, that is the Trident Align. Brilliant. I honestly think this is possibly, considering it's 2019, possibly the best putting aid, putting gadget to come out this year, and maybe potentially this decade. Obviously we're finishing in 2019, 2010 to 2019. This is going to change a lot of people's game and a lot of people's perception of where they're actually aiming the golf ball, and the actual times and consistency you're going to get in terms of having a square face on your putter combined with a ball that's lined up where you're aiming it. To have this, it's a game changer. And I can't actually think of another putting product that allows you on the golf course and in practice to use that gives you that much help. No, can't think of one. Right, so guys, small disclaimer, this wasn't sponsored or it's not an ad. I just think this product is brilliant and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's a great product. It's going to help your putting massively. And it's also for all levels of golfers, no matter, like I'm a low handicap, single figure handicap, but this is going to help like so many people. Like half of your round, if not more, is usually taken up by putting. And if you're able to putt better each round and practice better in terms of your alignment, how many handicaps are going to tumble just due to this? Trident P2, you've smashed it, boys and girls. I love it. I will do a video in about 3 or 4 months time, which will be March, April time, which will be about the time of the Pas de Calais Handy Golf Open, and we'll just see where my putting's gone from to with the aid of this. Go check it out. I'll put the link in the description below. Go check it out, see what these guys are up to, and go get one. Like, surely after watching this video you have to go and get one. And I think they're only, what, $24.99, I think? 25 quid to save 4 or 5 shots a round, potentially, certainly for the higher handicappers anyway.